So excellent point there. Jody, I would like to ask this next question to you, which is
Mhm.
around you have an established brand and you already know your buyer persona and you already are generating a lot of data points around your consumers, like with so many products across so many categories, collections, and
Mhm.
you know about your consumers really well. But how do you think like the role of data is? Like, are you making data-driven decisions, or how do you do segmentation of your consumers? Do you understand the behavior of consumers level? For example, like how is their recency of purchase, or what is their browsing recency, or how many times did they purchase? These are typical things, but combining them, like the recency, frequency, monetary aspects of an individual consumer. What do you think of the behavioral segmentation aspect? Because we at Analyto have actually kind of deep dived into this aspect and realized that 20% of your like consumers give 80% of your revenue.
Mhm.
And there are set of customers, so and the customer's behavior is dynamic, it's changing over a period of time. And the only way we can retain is by making sure that we are able to engage them at different stages of their life cycle, from a
Mhm.
visitor to a subscriber, then to a loyal subscriber, then to account creator. So there are different stages, and then those first time consumers become the champion of your brand. They become your ambassadors. So how do you see customer segmentation from the brand perspective?
So we look at it, we we as a brand are not as data driven as I would like us to be yet.
Hmm.
We're getting there. However,
Yeah.
some of our partners are very data driven and
Hmm.
share the information with us, and it's
Hmm.
very interesting. Your point is very valid, that it's 20% of the buyer is 80% of the
Right.
revenue. What we have found is that we want her to be multi-generational, right?
True.
We want that Gen Z to look at her mom and go, you know what, my mom kind of looks cool in that sweater today.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have worn it a year or two ago, but then
Yeah.
she sees us, she checks
Hmm.
out our e-com site, she checks out some of the online partners,
Yeah.
and we have found that, you know, the younger consumer is the one that's truly buying online, right?
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
buying from the sites that she knows she can get free shipping. We've been
Yes.
able to really, we've been able to track data to see what she's buying, what yarns she's comfortable buying, you
Hmm.
know, where her price point is.
Yeah.
Whereas we find that that next generation is
Mm.
still going into a brick and mortar store.
True.
And it is very interesting to watch that type of data.
Yeah.
So where so many brands are moving forward and it's all direct to consumer, and they feel that, you know, does the brick and mortar matter? Our data has shown us that, you know, depending on the age of the customer, she is still walking into an actual store. She still
True.
wants that experience. So
Correct.
we work with an agency that helps us with our e-com site. But like
Hmm.
I said, our online partners are very gracious and share amazing, amazing data with us. And it has allowed us
Hmm.
to pivot to where the customer needs to be, right? Like, what should we be concentrating on to see online?
Yeah.
What should we be concentrating on more so for our brick and mortar stores? So
Hmm.
I do think that, you know, the more data we could get,
Hmm.
um, the more knowledgeable we are. The interesting thing during this time, and maybe because everyone is home, right, regardless of where you are in the world,
Right.
is we've been able to collect a little more data from our consumers,
No.
because she is taking the time to open maybe that extra email, and maybe at the end of that email we put a little survey that she wouldn't have had the time to do if she was shopping someplace else.
Right.
So that's actually been a little eye-opening, that our surveys that we've included in our customer outreach we've
Mm-hmm.
had a higher return rate, a higher open rate, a higher completion rate, and a higher return rate to get information from them.
Wow.
So that's been an interesting point that's come out of all of this. And
Wow.
everybody's in front of their computers no matter where they are, right? No matter where you
Yeah.
are in your house, everybody's connected, whether it's like
Yeah.
this or you're on your phone. So
Yes. That's true. That's true. I think, yeah. So I think, yeah, that's a great point that you touched. I mean,